Today I'm showing you how to make 3 farmhouse decor DIYs that are simple, cheap, and easy without looking cheap. Let's get to it. First up are these farmhouse wall sconces. These are super easy to make, y'all. I started out with 2 scrap pieces of 1x4 that are cut to about 12 inches long. And I thought I wanted them in the plaster color, but I quickly changed my mind, as you'll see here in a second. Rather than having them one solid color, you know me, I've changed my mind and I wanted them distressed. So I painted my base coat in black, and then once that dried, I gave a top coat of the plaster. Now, I could have just as easily dry brushed on some black paint over the top of the plaster, but I think that using sandpaper or a sander gives you a more realistic distressed look, so that's why I opted to do it this way, but you can do it however you like. For me, a palm sander is an absolute must and time saver in the craft room. You can pick one up for about 20 bucks at Walmart, and it's definitely worth it. Last step is to add the hooks to the front that I picked up from Walmart. I just found the center and used my drill to screw them in. Now be sure you've got a spare piece of wood underneath so that you don't screw into your table. They came in at about 6 bucks by the time I added my jars. Next up is this farmhouse tray that I know you guys have seen in my videos before. I picked up a picture on clearance at Hobby Lobby. I think it was about 3 bucks. And it was some kind of plastic or acrylic kind of frame. I don't know. But the minute I saw it, I had tray on my mind. I scuffed the whole thing up using my sanding block from Dollar Tree because it was a plastic frame and bottom. This way my paint would have something to stick to. Once again, I'm using my plaster chalk paint, but don't worry because I changed my mind. I picked up a package of these little wooden candle cups at Hobby Lobby and gave them one good coat of my truffle chalk paint, and these will be the feet for my tray. I love shopping the end of season clearance at Hobby Lobby because you can pick up some really great deals. And honestly, y'all, it don't matter if it's the ugliest thing you've ever seen. It's nothing that a coat of paint won't fix. Yep, I repainted the middle of it truffle. Next, I'm attaching the feet using a combination of the super glue fix-all adhesive and hot glue. See, I told y'all these were going to be simple, cheap, easy, and quick DIYs. I mean, basically, so far, the main thing we've done is paint. You could have used wood glue and hot glue, but I really like this fix-all adhesive. And if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you love it, please subscribe and share it with your family and friends that might like it too. Now, I know I got a lot of newbie crafters that watch my channel, so here's a quick tip. Don't mix your glue together, especially when using hot glue and any kind of epoxy like I'm doing here. If you do that, they will cancel each other out and your project will not stay together. And nobody wants that to happen to their project, so don't mix your glue. Y'all, I'm just here for inspiration, and I hope I have given you some ideas on how to make your own farmhouse decor, because these are very simple, quick, and easy DIYs that anybody can. I love this tray. Y'all let me know what you think down below. So now we're on to our farmhouse wall pocket. For this project, I'm using a Valentine's envelope from Dollar Tree, a metal Home Sweet Home sign from another project, tumbling tire blocks, paint, a piece of scrapbook paper, and some hot glue. To start, I'm using my heat gun and a paint scraper to separate the two pieces of the envelope. And if you don't have a heat tool or a heat gun in your craft arsenal, it's definitely worth it. When you're taking this apart, you just want to gently slide your paint scraper or whatever underneath the two pieces so not to break it. Now I'm using my favorite adhesive for scrapbook paper, which is my glue stick. And here is a pro tip. If you are using a glue stick, apply the glue to the surface instead of the paper. It makes things go so much easier. When I'm applying any type of scrapbook paper or something to a project, guys, this disappearing purple glue that you can get at the Dollar Tree, to me, it works so much better than Mod Podge. You don't get any bubbles or wrinkles, and you just smooth it out with your hands. Super simple and easy. I waited for the glue on my scrapbook paper to dry, and then I began gluing down my tumbling tower blocks, putting 5 across the bottom and 3 up each side. I used the tumbling tower blocks to build the pocket. That way we can have plenty of room to put our flowers or whatever we want to put down inside the two pieces. I love this shade of blue. It is called Nantucket Blue, and it's by, let me think, is it folk art? I think it's folk art. But back in the day, we would call it country blue. Does anybody remember back in the 80s, back in the day when everything was country blue and mauve? I do. Lord, I miss the 80s. It was the greatest decade. Anyway, so once that paint dried, it was time to glue that bottom piece back onto our tumbling tower blocks. I always use Gorilla Hot Glue Sticks, and I never have an issue with things sticking together. And I love my Sure Bonder glue gun. And no, I'm not being paid to say that. It's not sponsored. That is my personal opinion. I feel Sure Bonder puts out a great product. Anyway, once all that had dried, I took my sanding block and began to sand off the edges of my scrapbook paper. I always cut my paper just a little bit bigger than my project. That way you can go back with your sanding sponge, sand off that excess, and guys, it gives you the absolute perfect edge. I want to just really, really thank you guys for supporting me on this channel. It's not even a year old, and I am so blessed. I love reading y'all's comments. If you're new here, say hi down in the comments below. And if you're returning, give me that thumbs up. If you're returning, hey, just say hi anyway. I like communicating with y'all. I love it. So I'm attaching this metal piece to the front using a combination of the Fix-All adhesive and some hot glue. Once I have that on there, I just kind of eyeball it and place it down and put some paint bottles on it to help weight it down and let it set to cure. Well, I know I am so glad to be getting back to some farmhouse decor, getting into some, farmhouse colors and that whole vibe going on. So if you guys are still here and you're ready for spring and some fresh DIYs, type the word spring in the comments. Let me know that you're still here. I thought it looked a little plain around that metal, so I just hot glued some jute all the way around it using my hot glue and using the tip of my glue gun to help press it in place. And there you have it. A beautiful wall pocket. I love that color blue. Simple flowers. The wall sconces turned out great. You guys are going to have to let me know which one is your favorite today, because I like them all. Quick, simple, easy, and cheap. If you want more farmhouse inspiration, click on the video on your screen right now. And until the next one, y'all go get your craft on. Bye.